I think sharp in 10:30. Let me start. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Mahesh, Joint Commissioner and Director, Government of India from CPDO and TI. Welcome the great audience here. I welcome the President of the Indian Federation of Animal Health Companies, Mr. Vijay Tang, Dr. Vijay, the General Secretary, Dr. Dave, Farmer President, Dr. M.R. Reddy, Dr. Mahinda Chaudhary, Dr. Sanjay Gavkare, Dr. Milind, Dr. Deshpande. To call these names, my energy pumps up. Getting all these into one platform in the morning hours, we would have not imagined. We would have planned 1 year to plan such events. Anyway, hearty congratulations to both INFA and CPDO TI to made it as a great event for online discussion forum. I'll just read out the schedule for the benefit of the audience. So we will have an opening remark from me, and then we will have Dr. Makija briefing about what is the importance of INFA and how INFA has been contributing. Then we'll have inaugural address by Mr. Vijay Tang. Then we'll followed by 3 eminent speakers speaking on very, very, very practical approaches. We'll start from Dr. Mahinda Chaudhary. He will give you 21 days of critical care, how one has to manage hatchery. Then followed by our Dr. Jain Deshpande. He will teach you how really biosecuring the farm, how one can have a security of the farm by self-assessment, critical analysis. Then we have our Ustad, Dr. M.R. Reddy, who is the authority on mycoplasma, who is the authority on diagnosis, and he will help you on reading serology, because many of us will get reports in hand without understanding how to read it. So this made me to think that how can we help everybody, every veterinarian, every farmer, how to read a serology. So there is the 3 speakers lined up. Then we'll have Q&A, question and answers for about 10-15 minutes. Dr. Vijay Makija will handle that, followed by a great panel. One is Dr. Sanjay Gavkare, then followed by Mr. Milind Leme and Dr. Day on the current issues. How do we aspire to make India, our Indian poultry, a disease-free status? So this is the whole sum of the power-packed event for the day. I welcome you all. Just to give you a brief about CPDO TI. CPDO TI is an organization and a government of India started 6 decades back. Probably everybody will be surprised when there was no Venkateshwara, when there was no Suguna, when there was no companies in India. 1960 this institution started. 1972 Poultry Training Institute was started in India, same place. It was called as High Level Training Institute, wherein likes of Devegowda ji were trained here as a first training officer. So it's a great legacy of this institute, having poultry, having duck, having turkey. So we were only an offline training institute for foreign nationals, Indian nationals, and business heads like GMs and AGMs, financial institutions, everybody. We started last year, thanks to Corona, in a very small negative way or a positive way, I don't know. The digital revolution happened, including at CPDO TI. We introduced 3 courses. One is Entrepreneurship in Poultry Awareness Week, to give you entrepreneurs how to build an entrepreneur. Then we came up with a concept called Entrepreneurs Day, wherein the top class entrepreneurs are asked to address. So this is how we came with 2 courses. The 3rd program we introduced was ODF, Online Discussion Forum. A thorough analysis of a particular subject has to be dealt with the speakers like you, and then so that you can have a great understanding of any issue in depth. The first one was in December 2020, which was an alternate species. What is an opportunity for ducks? What is an opportunity for turkeys, etc. The second one was in association with all the training institutes of India. You'll be surprised, first time I brought all the poultry training institutes in India, including Venkateshwara Institute, Suguna Institute, Hosur Institute, Trivandrum Institute, and in our PDP, Hyderabad, CARI, everybody was brought in one platform. That recording is also available for you. The third one was in association with CLAFMA, the great feed body for Livestock Feed Association. In association with Neeraj, we made a third one called as Online Discussion Forum on recent trends in feed technology, and that was a great hit. We went across, followed by INFA. So followed by INFA people, including Mr. Vijay's leadership and Dr. Vijay Makija, good friend of mine, they approached us. Why can't we have a series on health? Health is today's focus now. So why can't we have health as an issue? Then I told health is a large subject. So how can we handle it? Dr. Vijay told me that, sir, can we have a season? मैंने बोल दिया season करेंगे, जैसा अभी आपको अमेज़न में देख रहे होंगे Aapne, you would have seen in Netflix season 1, season 2, season 3. That's why I said, why can't we make season 1, season 2 in health series? Infa agreed. We made a collaboration. This is the first of its kind now. In association with Infa, we are making a series called Trends in Poultry Health Season 1. So we are making an audience to wait for season 2, season 3. Probably with your all support, we will have many more seasons. So this is the background. So now I want to give you a little pump up on the positivity of our sector. See, yesterday probably you would have watched Honorable Prime Minister making a note in CII conference. He said, unicorns are leading the world now. I don't know how many of you know now, in America, the unicorns are 2,500, in China, 2,400, in South Korea, 300. But in India, just in this year, 2021, is a blessing year. We have crossed 22 unicorns as of now, still in August. Now we have unicorns of almost from 2011. The first unicorn was born in Bangalore, in Mobi. The first unicorn was born in Bangalore in 2011. Now in 2021, we have 60 unicorns as on date. 60 unicorns with young budding startups coming in. Why I'm telling all this is consumerism will going to increase. Consumer ideas is going to increase. Poultry sector is going to command or demand because of the protein need of educated lot and the demand of health as a focus. Our own people, Licious and Fresh to Home are Sunicorns. They are now valued at 700 to 800 crores. Probably I wish they will also join this unicorn club within the end of the year of 2021. So consumerism will bring in an idea of consumer to demand safe food, traceability and health. And health will be, I think, Corona taught us everybody. I think, everybody's planning was something like, earlier investment for assets. Today, the greatest asset you want to invest is health. Everybody, whether it is animal, whether it is, One Health has taught us the asset will be health. So with this, I would recommend that technologies like, blockchain, probably you would have heard blockchain, technologies like artificial intelligence, technologies like data mining are to be required in health sector. Can we trace our vaccination program? Can we trace our disease status through a blockchain? Can we trace our meat quality through a blockchain? Through your today, you have QR code, screen it. You can trace where it has come, how it has come. Can we have a data of blockchain for vaccinology also, diagnostic also? This will drive the health issues for the future. So with this, I want to give you a guarantee that protein sector is poultry sector. India will be the happening place for the future for the world. Indian leadership under Honorable Prime Minister is giving, yesterday you would have heard one word, reforms are not commitment, reforms are conviction. With that, I can say that poultry sector also is now with a lot of conviction. Can anybody imagine to get such a bilateral understanding between government and private sector to draw an import of GM soya? Today we are all gustoed with great support from all the institutions under poultry. With the leadership of entire ministry, we have proved it that also can be done. Similarly, we have many issues which we can be solved with the relationship of Government of India and then government, the private sector together. So let me wish you all the best for the poultry sector. I welcome you all to CPDOTI anytime. Promising India, promising youth, promising health is our responsibility now. So now with this introduction, I welcome Dr. Vijay Makhija to give you an idea about INFA, what is INFA and how INFA is playing a role. Welcome to Vijay Makhija, all over to you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Dr. Mahesh, for such a scintillating opening for this online discussion forum. CPDOTI and INFA team together are organizing the seasons. This is the first season. So on behalf of the entire INFA team, I welcome you all. So in a short time, I'll try to give an overview of INFA's activities and mission. So INFA is a progressive force to represent Indian animal health industry. It is incepted in 2012. So this year, 10th anniversary, we are going to complete. One of the largest animal health association in the globe. And we are trying to have a strength of 52 members, which contribute close to 85% of the entire Indian animal health sector. So our vision is to creating a trust and enhancing the Indian animal health industry's value and contribution to the society, high standard of competition, ethical business practices, innovation and leadership. Our mission is to create a database of various segments of Indian animal health, formulating a fair marketing environment to ethical business practices, contributing toward the development of regulatory framework, the new and existing animal health products, contributing toward drafting the national animal health policy in coordination with all the stakeholders, and partnering with the global animal health trade bodies. So this is our strength. This all graphic will reflect all the 52 members of INFA are our strength. And this is the team which is driving the entire managing committee of INFA. So on behalf of the INFA managing committee, I was again thanks Dr. Mahesh for giving us this opportunity for collaboration. Among many objectives of INFA, one is to also ensure that expertise on the emerging diseases and fostering the solution. And that's why we have been collaborating with CPDO-TI for this engagement. How we function, we collaborate with different stakeholders, whether it is ministries, regulators, import-export department, other industry bodies in the animal health sector, veterinary universities and research institutes. That's how we have been collaborating with CPDO-TI today as well. This is very important aspect, how we function. We have a dedicated team which is structured into different subcommittees, therapeutic and disinfect, and biosecurity and biological, Ayurveda, feed supplements, GMP and CSR. GMP stand for good marketing practices and corporate social responsibility, import and exports for easing out the business situation, human resources team, and the aquaculture team. So each subcommittee has got a dedicated focus and priority areas to drive the objectives of INFA. The key achievement during the last few years, I just like to say that we have been enhanced collaboration with all the regulators, and INFA is one of the key body which is being consulted, which is being involved for all the important decision-making processes. We have been, promoting the concept of that dedicated veterinary cell, and this has been, well accepted by the government. So we have veterinary cell came into existence in SEDISCO in 2018. We have developed entire biological subcommittee together. They worked out and supported for the development of veterinary specific guideline for the biological in collaboration with the departments, and parallel submission of new veterinary drug application together with DCGI and DADF. So these are the few initiatives. We have been a contributor, we have been a input provider to the different government bodies for collaboration. This is one important aspect of One Health and antimicrobial resistance. So INFA has been invited in all the platforms for the consultation on the AMR topic. So next week also we are going to have one panel discussion with one of the research institute on the AMR. So these are the few highlights, like which are the all platform we have been speaking on the AMR. And very recently on the Zoonosis Day, we organized a webinar also on the zoonosis, because 65% of the diseases are being approximately attributed to the animal origins. We have been also committed for the CSR initiative whenever there is any adversity time. So we have been standing together with the industry, and also we are driving the promotion of egg protein, because through the egg we can address the issues of hunger and malnutrition. And not only that, we have been collaborating with the global association like HFA. It's a global association across the world. They are being focusing on the animal health related topics. We have organized Global Animal Health Conference in 2016, and which was attended by regulators across the world. We have been collaborating with the global bodies for global benchmarking study in 2020 under the leadership of our president. This report has been submitted, and one can look into this report as well. And also we are working very closely with the association like AHA and JVPA in the for the common objectives. So we have been recognized by our poultry journalist fraternity, and we have been given recognition by this award in consecutive 2 years. So thanks to all the INFA team for the great work they are doing. And lastly, this is my concluding slide, which says that this is a collaboration of beginning. So today we are having the season 1 of the online discussion forum for the trends in the poultry health, because poultry health is such a vast topic, So in one platform or one event, we cannot cover. Also, Dr. Mahesh has agreed to our proposal. So the subsequent health season will be announced very shortly. So ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you to please visit our website infa.org. You will find all the latest updates there and all the information regards to INFA. So I wish you all the very best to all the participants and the speaker and the panelists for this very scintillating online discussion forum. Thank you, Dr. Mahesh. Back to you. Dr. Mahesh, you are on mute.
I think, thank you, Dr. Vijay. Vijay is a great personality. We have seen him across, many forums, joining hands to, he's an aggregator. I would say he's an aggregator for all the associations. So wonderful effort. He has been a general secretary for INFA, and he is the chairman for biological and biosecurity subcommittee INFA. Has been associated with INFA from 2013. A passion to drive INFA's motto: healthy animals are healthier India. Healthier animals are healthier India. A great concept. He has been, in the field for 20 years of experience, my good friend. So thank you very much for putting, such a nice overview of INFA. So let me now invite Mr. Vijay Tang, president of the INFA. He has been, president for Global Animal Health Business INTAS, a wonderful association for him. He is a founder member and president of INFA, fellow of Academy Sciences of Animal Welfare, member of Gujarat Veterinary Association and Indian Society for Veterinary Pharmacology and Toxicology, visiting faculty and advisory board member of premier educational institutions, profiled as a front runner among young professionals of Business India. It's a great achievement, and recipient of many awards of various associations and professional bodies. And to give a glimpse of him, he started his career as a financial journalist. It's quite wonderful to know that. So you are a journalist among us, great. And he has put in more than 32 years of experience. And their company has won, Best Operations Award in EU and US. And they have won an award called Animal Pharma Global Excellence Award in UK also. There is many big list of achievements for Mr. Vijay Tang, the president of the INFA. And I want to give you one more taste of Mr. Vijay Tang. He has played an important role in a campaign called Save the Vulture. Save the Vulture is another dimension of Mr. Vijay Tang. He has been a key speaker in many forums. The list goes on. So all over to Mr. Vijay Tang to give an inaugural address for the event.
Oh, thanks, Dr. Mahesh. I think you are full of energy. You are so motivating, so stimulating. I think this program would have been incomplete if it was not association with the CPDTI and Dr. Mahesh. So at the very outset, I'd like to thank you and your organization for collaborating with us on this very vital series of on poultry health. In fact, in the last couple of years, we have witnessed tremendous focus on animal protein, and very especially the eggs for building up immunity during COVID-19. The common people have been so much impressed with the role of chicken and eggs in building up immunity. And I'm seeing that we have seen a tremendous increase in the consumption of both chicken and eggs. In fact, I read some reports wherein it is now close to 3.9, almost 4 million metric tons. And the per capita consumption has also significantly gone up. While we are talking about this kind of a trend, I would say that the important thing is that there has to be an increasing focus, and there has been an increasing focus on poultry produce, which demands more scientific rearing, a more holistic healthcare, and a balanced nutritional approach. All of us know that we have come a long way in the poultry management, and we are now a science-based farming, which can be attributed, as you also rightly said, to more supportive government policies, more proficient scientific community, and a very competent healthcare system. In fact, as a whole, I would say that the industry is moving towards disease prevention, preventing outbreaks through management, hygiene, biosecurity, advanced vaccination. The feed and nutrition has also been another area which has been under tremendous thrust and focus to improve feed efficiency and the nutritional value of the poultry produce. I would like to say that the gut health is another area which has been an area of active research. And in the last decade, we have seen a lot of innovation happening through new technologies and new products. We're also seeing a lot of breakthrough in vaccines, capitalizing on new technologies, whether it is globally, and we're also bringing some global technologies, and we're also developing some of the technologies within the country, especially in the field of recombinant technology, I would say vector vaccines, immunobiologicals. In fact, the recent developments to focus on live biotherapeutics using synthetic biology and artificial intelligence, which you also highlighted, are also very important areas to mitigate diseases. And these are all the steps in the right direction. I think you also focus, and Dr. Makhija talked about AMR. It's a global issue which is impacting both the human and animals in equal measure. And I would like to say that the industry is very committed to work on the alternatives to antimicrobials, whereas I would say that antibiotics is necessary for treating diseases, but we also need to have a rational, judicious use of antibiotics. And we are also working on more balanced nutritionals, biologicals, and other therapeutic solutions. And we are also working within the industry, among the companies in this direction. I must say that INFA, along with its members, is on the path of building the Indian industry at par with the global standards. In fact, we are going to see a lot of evolution in the days to come in this sector. At INFA, we also believe that we have to work closely with the researchers, the institutions, and the student community. I believe students are a very, very important resource who can play a very vital role in research. And on this platform, because I can see there might be a lot of researchers, students, and others on this call, I would request you to please come forward with some of the very innovative thoughts and projects and approach to INFA so that we can put you in the right partnership with the right partner, because we, as Vijay has been sharing, that we have 52 members. They're all global and national leaders in the industry. And I am sure that this can be a wonderful platform for people to associate with the industry. So this is a kind of I would say an offer wherein you can approach the industry through INFA. So we have a lot of experts on the panel. I'm sure this is the beginning of a wonderful series of discussions, and I'm sure we will have many more such things, such discussions in the future. So thank you much for this collaboration. To you, Dr. Manish.